Healing is a never-ending journey. Even when I think I've moved past something, life throws a curveball my way that takes me right back to the place of self-doubt and negative self-talk. This lesson came up for me recently during a trip with my dear friend Erica. Erica and I sat around a wooden table in the quaint house we rented. We'd been talking about our lives and the many transitions happening for us in motherhood, partnership, and work. She was separated from her husband. I was struggling with being home every single day during the pandemic. Over dinner and a glass of wine, we talked about it all. The good, the bad, the changes, and the struggles. I remember thinking, there was something healing about the non-judgmental safety net of sisterhood. It felt so nice to have uninterrupted girl time. As the conversation progressed from our current lives to our childhoods, it felt right to start baking the peach cobbler I'd been making for a month straight. I had been raving to Erica about this dessert all day. Both of us were excited to dig in. I hadn't always been interested in cooking. As a kid, the kitchen wasn't a fun place for me. Messes weren't encouraged, and I was more in the way than anything else. I would watch my mom bake and cook from afar. For many years, cooking felt more like a forbidden activity than a liberating and sacred practice. Then, when I was in my early 20s, a close friend taught me how to stop overthinking it and instead taste and feel my way around the kitchen. Looking back, that was one of my first adult lessons on self-trust. To not know what I was doing and try anyway. Now as an adult who loves to bake, especially alongside my children, I've found a lot of healing in starting from scratch, in making messes with flour on clothes and sugar sweetening the countertops, and in licking the spoon of batter or frosting. Beginning again, each time, to create something that makes smiles big and bellies full, something that nurtures the body and soul. That is what I was looking forward to sharing with Erica, the nourishing experience of coming together over a shared dish made from scratch. When the timer went off for the cobbler, we rushed to the oven, happy and ready to try the dessert. It looked delicious. It was the perfect hue of golden brown, and the sugar had caramelized beautifully. We both could see the butter bubbling like mini eruptions under the crust. I was so excited about how good it looked. I took a photo and sent an enthusiastic text to my mom and grandmother to display my homemade creation. In response, my mom wrote back, "Your cooking is improving." "My cooking is improving?" I replied. "I've been cooking and baking for years. I have a whole family to cook for. This isn't a new thing." The conversation went silent after that. My blood was boiling, and I was so frustrated with myself for sending them that message. At that moment, I thought, of course, my mom can never just say, "Alex, that's nice," or "Great job, how did it taste?" Even a simple yum would suffice. It always had to be something that would leave me questioning myself. I looked up from my phone with tears in my eyes, feeling both hurt and foolish for being hurt. Erica asked me what was wrong, and I started sobbing. She wrapped me in a hug. "It's okay, babe," she said in her warm, loving voice. "We all have triggers that we're still working through." When I got myself together, we talked about it. I explained the emotions I had around feeling discredited or not good enough every time I did something, big or small. And even though I'd done so much work to heal and process things, like the relationship with my mother, certain interactions, even a short text message, still sent me spiraling backward. I told Erica how painful it is to feel like the only mindful one in my family, and how challenging and lonely it is to be the matriarch of healing for my lineage. I was frustrated with myself that I hadn't yet gotten to a point of accepting that certain things will always be what they are. Starting from scratch time and time again, just like the baking I love to do, was frustrating rather than rewarding.